How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of double dry hopped forwardness in the form of Florida's own Civil Society Brewing. It is their double dry hopped juice. Double India Pale Ale, 8% alcohol by volume, comes courtesy of Ralph. Thank you very much, Ralph. Yeah, he's throwing me a ton of Civil Society beers. We're going to drive through them as we have all the previous ones. Other than what I already said, that's pretty much it. That's on the label here. Jupiter, Florida, yada, yada, yada. And that be that. Cool label. I've always dug their labels. You know, big orange lettering and diving into some juice. But the way it's presented, pretty cool. So, anyway. Let's see what she's got. Ooh, this glass. Got flakes of fibers on here. Must have dried this one with a towel. I apologize for any dirty glass mafia coming forward, but you know, such is life. So what do we have here? We have a pinky finger, off-white head, close to khaki, and that's dark. That's a rich, deep, dark orange. Almost verging to have a little bit of kind of light, kind of brown center to it. And you can't. I would tell you if there's carbonation in there. It looks like there might be a subtle carbonation, but that is thick, hazy orangeness. So definitely living up to the monikers of the double dry hop this, and the haze bros that, and the hop fatty things of that, and this, and the other thing. Words. See if we can get a nose on her. Big, huge citrus all the way. A little bit of greeny hop. It's weird because it's big. And it's definitely leaning kind of almost on like a piney greeny hop. It's like it's got this kind of pine vibe to it in that kind of nose. But it's big, but at the same time, it's not bittering big. It's almost like all that kind of green hoppiness that usually comes off super dry and bittering has this kind of subtle, kind of sweetie, kind of candy-like kind of coating to it where it's not coming off overtly bittering in the nose. Yeah, it's citrus and pine weed with a dash of sweetness to it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it actually smells pretty interesting. Smells pretty robust. Smells like it's been double dry hopped, because that's magic. So, let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. Ooh. Wow. That's bitter. And it's super piney bitter. Wow. Ooh. Man, they're talking about hops. I'm really curious. It tastes like some old school West Coasty hops kind of thrown in here in ad nauseum. Just absolutely dumped in here in piles and piles and piles. To the point where it almost comes off like old school evergreen pine freshener. That's kind of how bittering and how piney that hopping is in this beer. It's almost hard to get past it. Just absolute. I don't know what else to say. There's beer in there. There is, because you actually take a sip, and all that pininess is about halfway through to the back of your throat. Before it gets there, you get these little bit of citrus rind. Get a little bit of this kind of almost melony thing. Maybe even like a little bit of kind of crackery malt. It's all very subtle on the tip, and you expect it to kind of explode as you swallow. Then you're just hit with all that super crazy pine tree, sappy, candied-like bitterness that it just kind of takes over the whole beer completely, and you don't taste much of anything else. It is literally like this is dry hopped with like those, remember the tree air fresheners that people put in their cars? You still do them nowadays. You find out the self-wash things, and you put in the money and it spits it out, and then you pull it out and you go, oh, this is gonna be fun. And you're like, oh my god, my whole car smells like a pine tree. Kind of has that going for it. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there, but at the same time, it's really hard to kind of enjoy the beer itself because the hops are just that big and not in a good way. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Air freshener. Pine tree air fresheners. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? Absolutely not. It's just so one note, and that one note is so abrasive, it just kind of prevents you from liking anything else about the beer. Value and availability, no idea. Brewery only, probably $20 to $15, give or take, somewhere around there for a 4-pack. And say if you like what we like this. If you like the 80s, if you like Pine Tree air fresheners, if you like Pine Sol, or if you like all kinds of things pine related. If you like Rambo, because you know Rambo, he jumped off the cliff and died through the pine tree face first, for 13 stories. Or if you just like unbalanced beer. This is actually a perfect example of when hops can go wrong. A lot of times when you actually see breweries that try to throw so much hops at a beer, this is just taking it to the nth degree, to the point where it's just not pleasurable in any way. It's almost like a challenge beer. So I don't think this one will actually be drank completely. Let's put it that way. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff and things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you didn't draw first blood. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.